Welcome to our video series on owner-operator tax write-off. On this video, I'm gonna share with you a detailed list of write-off that you can take advantage of to reduce your tax bills. This is write-off that apply to owner-operator. And when I say owner-operator, it doesn't just limit to uh, semi truck or box truck owner. If you own a cargo van, this is tax write off. A lot of this tax write off, or some all of them will apply to you also. If you have a non-emergency medical transportation, any transportation business that you own, you can use those write off to see the write off and the tax deduction that you can use to reduce your taxable income. My box truck or business owner, my semi truck owner, cargo van, flatbed, any of those things, ambulance, taxi, limousine, you are the right place. Watch this video and take advantage of it. So without further ado, I'm gonna go to the whole presentation. You're gonna get this is awesome. You need to watch the whole video and take a note. Okay, so let's get started. So, like I told you, owner operator is vast. So why should you listen to me? I help owner operator legally reduce the tax liability and increase the saving with a proven tax reduction strategy. So I share with you strategy that you can put in place to reduce your taxable income. So meaning you're gonna save more money. You're gonna get to keep more of your hard-earned money, because I realized that a lot of people that are tax preparer, they not specialize in. People will often go to tax preparer that they know, don't get me wrong, they know how to prepare tax and everything, but that they not specialize on preparing tax for owner operator people in the transportation businesses. So sometimes I have run to people that tell me this is too much income. So they scared to put all the expenses that we run up. We owner operator. And in case you're asking, yes, I'm a first owner operator before I become a tax prep. Oh no, I was a tax preparer and then I become an owner operator. So I'm familiar with both industry, the tax law, and I'm familiar with all the expense, and I can help you. That's why I'm doing this video, to help you get all the decision that you legally deserve and apply to. So because after we started being the owner operator, we were skeptical to do our own tax. So the person that we went to sit down with was like, when after putting all our expenses, they're like, oh no, you should not put all of this. You should not put more than 10 or 20% of the money you made through a business as an expense. I'm like, why not? Oh no, it can trigger a red flag. I'm like, how about if that's actual expense? They really expense, and I have the proof and documentation to show it for. So long story short, I was like, you know what? I don't think we are really getting represented there, because the tax preparer, if they're scared to put some stuff, and those are legitimate business write off. So I went in a class to learn to master how to file tax for owner operator period. So we are specialized. That's why you should listen to me. At the H&D tax service, we know the tax and we know owner operator what all the expense that they go through. So let's go ahead and see that list. Like I told you, take a note. Make sure you take a note. Any of those expenses that you run into, recap them. We're gonna have a video, another video that will show you how to document and make it throughout the year, so it is easy on you. And when tax time come, you don't stress. You got everything in place. So getting the tax, because we figure out that most of the time people are scared, they are praying that time of filing tax for the business, and the reason is that most of the time we avoid the issue, and that end up with procrastinating, and they end up uh procrastinating. Oh, next week I will do it, and the next thing they know is just a week before the tax due date, and they end up rushing and doing a last minute filing, and that end up that they don't get all the necessary, all the tax write-off that they legally deserve. So that's why it's really important and crucial that you be organized and plan your tax throughout the year. Like you can watch the video to do so, to help you do so. That will reduce your stress level and help a tax season be a breeze for you. Me and my husband, we don't stress out when it's tax season, and we do it on time, because throughout the year we do the necessary, we have a structure in place to help us get there and have everything in place. So at any moment though, any moment you come and ask us, we can tell you what we spend on fuel, what we spend in business expense, any business expense, because we got a system in place. So please watch that video and take a note. So but this video is on the tax write-off, so it can help when you organize, reduce the sales level, and it help you get every single write-off that you deserve. And like it's sad that sometimes as a business owner, we, like, let's say you make 60,000 in a year, but you spend maybe 5,000 on fuel, but because you did not get everything in place, you don't have a system in place to contabilize to get the total of what you spend on fuel. So you spend 5,000 throughout the, just an example, 10,000 throughout the year, but because you don't have a good bookkeeping in place, you end up saying you have no idea, so you just guess estimate and say you spent 5,000. So that 5,000 that you did not report as a business expense, you're gonna be paying tax on something you didn't keep. So that's not good. So that's why don't leave no money on the table. Don't be paying tax on money that you did not keep in your business. So anything you spend, you need to claim it. So that go with a bookkeeping, a good record keeping, and being organized. So this brings us to the subject of this video, the common tax deduction that owner operator often overlook, or the tax preparer overlook, because they, two reasons: they have no idea what is going on in our industry, that's one thing, and two, they're not really specialized to it, so they don't know. So they will overlook, or they will not even claim it, they won't think it. So this is a list, but it doesn't limit to this, there is way more. So you can take call or make appointment with us to start with us a free consultation. We go over everything and take a look. If you have already far, we can take a look and see if you haven't missed anything, and that's free. So give us a call. So if you are, click here to make appointment or call. So let's dive in. I know, baby, you can't wait, right? So this is how it work. The best paying less in tax resume to just lower your adjustable gross income and taxable income. So period. So when you make a money, like you make 100,000 a year, so $100,000 a year, and you don't put business expense, Harris gonna believe that was just money that you keep for yourself and enjoy. So if no business, so they're gonna tax you up to between 20 to 30% on that. So what do you gotta do? You gotta, out of that 100,000, you gotta take off every single money that you dollar that you spend for the business. That go into the business as a business expenses. So that will reduce your taxable income. Okay, so you won't be, so instead of paying, let's say, just say 25% on $100,000, turn out to that you spend like 25,000 in your bit as a business expense. So then it's gonna be now, it's gonna be 75,000. So 25% of 75,000 is less than 100%. The 25% of 100,000. Okay, so that's what how it works. That's how you are able to save on your tax bill. So those the one of the big write off that it is. First, a lot of people think of this and some will miss it, insurance. So anything you spend for insurance, cargo insurance, because on the insurance there is some little, sometimes you can get everything in one place, but sometimes you might get the cargo insurance here and the physical damage or hotel insurance there. So make sure you all get all everything you spend throughout the whole year on the insurance um put together. So and we see that per truck, like the cheapest is to 12,000 for a truck, a box truck, and semi can be way more. Cargo, van, or non-emergency medical transportation truck, it can be more than that too. So make sure you put everything you got, you keep your documentation. You got to keep your documentation more than, I tell people, 5 years to be on the safe side. So that's business related insurance are tax deductible, but health insurance, don't mix it up with insurance for your business, your truck, your vehicle. I'm talking, that's what I'm talking about. The F insurance is a deductible, but it's gonna be claimed somewhere else, not as a business expense. Okay. So repair and maintenance, that's something, that's what a lot of people will miss. Like throughout the year, maybe they will miss claiming, they'll forget or fall under the crack half of the maintenance they do. Okay, example of maintenance that you can that are deductible is repair on the truck. Like you have to take it to the mechanic, they change some part and stuff like that. So that labor is a tax deduction. So the part is a tax deduction. Okay, is a business write-off. The oil, a tire that you change on your truck, and those can be really expensive, or tire that you change on your cargo van or handicap wheelchair van, anything that is business related that you change on the vehicle is a tax deductible. Tool that you buy, like a lot of us, we have to buy tools like um tools like to man, I forgot the name. So those the little tool light, bucket to change the oil or something, and like those are tools that you can use as a rod off. Like example, I seen I seen case because people don't put the paperwork together. They will forget to claim like or repair, like they go change the tire 3 times in the year. Maybe they're not organized at the moment to file the tax. They will only see um the receipt for two of it, and the third one they forgot. So that's that $300 or $400 that you forgot to add on, you're gonna be paying tax on it. because anything you don't claim as a business is expense. As any expense that you did not claim as a business expense, you're gonna be paying tax on it. Okay, so people, please don't forget that. So repair and maintenance. So fuel and travel expense, fuel cost. Okay, so for the one of us that got most of the time, my truck owners they have a fuel card, so that help them find out how much they spend on fuel a year. But for the one who doesn't have a fuel card, please be organized. One way that I explain to people, have a bank account just for your fuel, okay, and the DEF in case you use DEF. So then how and that make it easy because only fuel will come from that account. So you get a daily call for that account. Only fuel come out of it. So at the end of each month, when you pull up your and the statement, you can see how much you spend in fuel. So each week or every 2 week or whatever works for you, you transfer the money from your main operating account to the fuel account. So I got a separate video on the type of account you're gonna have to, so you can have a bookkeeping in place and easy to track your expense. Okay, so that's one of the way. So travel expense can be claimed. Some of them like the toll, how much you pay for parking, like for the trucking, like a lot of us when we home we cannot park our truck beside our house because we are in apartment or subdivision that it don't allow it. So it's safe to park it in a parking lot like we used to pay like 150 a month to park in a parking specific for trucking. So that you can claim that's the 150 time 12, and that's a little bit expensive. So that don't forget those little expense. You don't. The sad part is to pay tax on money you spend on your business. Guy, avoid that. So traveling expense, parking, tolls. Some of the people that run up north, there is a lot of toll there. They can spend like 300 on one trip on tours. Imagine you doing that every week, like 300 to 500 a week. So put those things together. Maybe I exaggerate. It's not 500 a week, but let's say a month. So the 500 month in total, that can be like 5,000 in the year. So think like that. Be mindful of it. Okay. So little stuff, travel expense can be hotel when you stay in at hotel for the cargo van or the box truck owner driver, so that they don't have a sleeping bed in the truck, so they're on the road. Those expense for my non-emergency medical transportation. I know some of lot of you guys don't go out of your state, but in case you go out of the state sometimes to get a client, we see it happening around the holiday and stuff like that because they pay more. When you're doing that and you have to spend the night at a hotel, that's a expense that is write off. Okay. So trucking business fee. When I say trucking business, like I told you, this because I work with the truck people and I have a trucking group, but this apply to my people that drive a cargo van. This apply to like any transportation business fee that you pay for your bit, like dispatch. If you pay a dispatcher to dispatch your cargo van, your truck, or your non-emergency medical transportation. That's a cost. That's a business cost. So you can write it off. So licensing fee, like you gotta if you gotta pay iftar tax and stuff like that, those special tag that you get is for the CDLs and stuff like that is more than 1,000. Some is close to 2,000. That's a business expense. The LLC costs or the escort costs, the your local business license that you apply for, that's a cost. Factoring, for in case the one that doesn't know what is factoring, factoring is when you have like in the transportation, a lot of people that give you work, they don't pay you right on the same day. No, it take about 30 to 90 days for them to pay your invoice. So there is company like factoring company that will buy your thing and charge you 1 to 3% and pay you right in the next 24 hours. So those 1 to 3%, that's a business expense, and that's a write-off 100%. Subscription, like those subscription that you do for to, so when you're on the road and non, even for non-emergency medical transportation, you need to have a source to know where the weather is and stuff like that. So if you have those subscription like the weather channel or weather something, you gotta have it. Yeah, that's the tax deduction. Association do like sometimes we have a legal fee and legal stuff sometimes that we go through because is our industry. We need to have it. So those are business expense. Educational expense, like you have to take a training or you have to pay for a training, a continuing education for to have your license or non, we see it in the non-emergency medical field. Like there is a lot of stuff that they gotta keep updated on. Some is the year based, some is the biennial. So those kind of things, those are business educational expense, a taxi you pay on your business. So those are um so, but I wanted you guys to remember this. So, those have to be directly related to your business. So, like, for non-emergency medical transportation or having Netflix is not a business expense. Okay, cannot be considered as a business expense. Or like going to take a classes, you are in a transportation and you taking a classes to be a technician, nails or hair braider. No, that doesn't apply. That doesn't fall under the trucking, the transportation business right off. We're talking about that. It can be other business, other type of business expense, but don't mix your businesses. So it gotta be separate from subscription or any other education that is not related to your trucking business. You cannot claim those. So office supply, so supply that you get, like if you get a quick book for to run or do the bookkeeping of your transportation business, that's a write-off. That the money that you pay for that throughout the whole year is a write-off. You buy a calculator or pen envelope for your own business, because some of that are as when we still have to do to use paper or envelope mail stuff to the company that we work for, we provide a service to. So those envelope and stuff that you buy, if you have to buy a scanner and a printer or something like that for to run your home office or your office, that those are business deduction. So anything that you use during the year and is need to run your business, transportation business smoothly and stuff like that, that are deductible. And you need to keep record keeping, you need to keep your receipt. But like I said, watch that video that I did on the bank account that you need to have. That will help you keep everything in place and know uh, each month how much you spend for each type category of expense. And the tax season come, then it can be a lot easier to file your tax. Okay, personal supply. So not all of them are tax deductible. In order for personal supply to be considered as a deductible, tax deductible, they have to be ordinary and necessary for operating your business. Okay, so example of supply that can be deducted is a uniform. Like if in your truck in your transportation business, you have to have a uniform. You decide to have a uniform to brand it yourself, you know, that's deductible. Gloves, specific type of gloves that you need to have, like trucking, so your hand don't get scratchy too much and stuff like that. Those are, if you have to stay in motel, flashlight, showers. For the one who are over the road, the showers can be deductible. Cooler mini fridge that you have to keep it in your truck, because but you have to be on the road, so you need those kinds. Special type of sunglasses are business deductible. Bedding, anything that you use on the road to make your business necessary for operating your business are tax deductible. But some of the stuff are luxury or like are not really necessary, so you cannot claim those, so on the road, one thing that some people don't even know is like you can claim your dog, but there is a condition. If the dog is with you as a business owner, you can claim it like a bodyguard for security. But if you leave your dog at the house and you on the road, no, you cannot claim those expenses that go with the dogs. Okay, so this is, people need to careful in this. Some of them are really, you can claim it, but some of those things you cannot claim it. So don't push it too much there. Don't push it there to claim stuff that you cannot claim just for the sake of like reducing your taxable income. No. So, but we have, as a transportation business owner, we have to be diligent at keeping up with our expenses. So at the end of the year, we can claim all of them. Okay. So medical expense. Some of them are required. Trucker need to have a medical DOT medical fitness exam in order to maintain the CDL. So those costs are business expense. Any medical exam or treatment that are not directly work related are only deductible as personal expense, not business, and you can only claim them if you don't itemize your deduction. Okay, so but other than that, down for the the out of pocket costs for this require exam are deductible businesses. Like sometimes you need to have a DOT medical card. That's an expense that is deductible. Okay, that a business expense. Okay, so meal and per diem. So this really as off of 2021. So you can, because this is one of the biggest issue or the transportation business that or people that are over the road or go on trip running into. Lot of the tax preparer are not updated on the per diem. So the per diem is related to the years. It gotta be adapted to the year in the last RS publication. So one thing to remember is that, and this is most of the time, most tax preparer they will tell us to get just a regular business, but if we do itemize our deduction and we claim every business expense, we gonna get more write off. But a lot of them, it take a lot of work. A lot of them don't want to do that, so they take the easy one. Don't fall for it. If you are over the road driver, and you own your own transportation business, while you are on the road, you can um, claim as much as $69 per day in the US. Okay, so $69 per day, and as of I'm doing this video, yes, but it can change throughout the year, or it can change based on the latest publication of the high IRAs. So always make sure that your tax preparer know those things and are gonna apply it, and keep track of the day that you done on you were on the road. So sometime, because this is 69, but let's say you didn't, okay, you left in the evening and you did 5 days, so and when you come back, you just come back before 11 a.m. So those days are count as a half day. So there is a way to calculate those. So your tax preparer gotta be updated to that. So mindful of the per diem. So membership and union fee, like we went to. So we talk about related to your trucking, your transportation business, but like ELD costs, load board a place like subscription that you pay, that you can go and find work for your transportation business. Some are free, some are pay that you have to pay for. So as a transportation business owner, you have to those are business 100% business expense, so 100% deductible. So ELD cost, ELD is a tracking device that people that are overdue interstate commerce transportation need to have. So training, sometimes there is some training we have to take as a transportation business owner. Those are the fee, radio fee, we can claim those. So what else didn't we think? Like for non-emergency transportation business, there is some of the software that you need to run your business smoothly, so you will know, you can be communicating with your driver on the road, you can track them. Those are software that is subscription based, you can claim them. Okay, so home office deduction, that's one thing too that some of tax preparer miss or overlook or miss or just don't claim it. That you gotta, if you have your business and you got you rate, but a lot of us majority of the business owner now, the business is address is the house, so you can claim the home office deduction too. Okay, so that portion of your house that you use, claim it. So if it's 20% of your that the surface, of the area that you use, even if it's just the part of your decks, make sure you know how many percentage of that is your home. So then if it's like 20% or 10%, like just say rough example, it's 5% of the superficie of your house. So anything you pay on the mortgage, any food expense, utility, internet, and everything, you can claim 10% of that as a home office tax deduction. Okay, so look into that too. So truck supply, like for our trucker, or like this can be any supply for your vehicle that you operate. For trucker, it can be chain, it can be the Atlas door magnet that you gotta have, ice scraper for your windows, and for my non-emergency medical transportation people, company, it can be like fire extinguisher, the cutter for the seat belt, the stool that you use to help a patient get in the car, or those strap that you use to strap the wheelchair. Any of those, the thing that is specific to your industry. Like even for my taxi driver or my limousine, if you putting like uh iPod or a tablet to entertain your client while you provide them the ride. That's a subscription. If you have data that's listed there to entertain them, that can be a business write off. But you can now write off is, let's say, your car, you use it for personal use too. So then you have to know the percentage of personal use and the percentage of business. So only the percentage of use of that Netflix is considered as a business that you can claim as a business expense. So mindful of that, keep up. I know the thing that people forget to claim is car wash. Yes, car wash for the truck. Yeah, we get the truck wash and it can be $100 for a semi truck. But if you have your cargo van, don't overlook those things, because let's say you have to you are a ride provider, non-emergency or taxi, or even a cargo van, you have to keep it washed. Let's just say you wash your truck, your vehicle once a week, let's say once a week, um and you spend at least $10 on the car wash. That's 52 weeks. $10 times 52. Okay, that's 520. So don't overlook those little aspects. They add up. So the car wash 520. That's just for like a cargo van, or if you have a ride share vehicle and stuff like that. But if it's a truck, let's say you wash it like one time every 2 weeks, so that's $200 in the month. So that's $2,000. So people, please be mindful of those little subscription thing that you have to pay. The radio subscription, they run from like just say most of them is like between 8 to 20 more dollar, but this is $10 per month. That's another hundred and some ELD, $20 a month. So they add up. They add up. So keep up with your business expense. Other truck expense that people overlook is pallet jack, pallet jack stopper, DF, webcam, oil change. Oh, this is a big one. Like a lot of time that trucker transportation business owner come to me, they will write down a lot of those stuff, but oil change is one of the things that they're gonna forget. And I remind them, I'm like, okay, I don't see the cost for your oil change. And for a box truck, oil change for a box truck is $300. And they have to do that at least 5 times in a year based on if they're over the road or not. But most of the over the road 5 times a year in a year, that's $1,500. But that's $1,500 when they don't put it as a business expense. Guess what? It means the IRS gonna think of that 1,500 you keep it for yourself. So you be taxed 25% out of that 1,500. And let's say what else did we say here? People will forget, like the car wash, that 520 you pay 25% on that. Okay, so there is a lot of, oh, I forgot to talk about the tire change. Okay, so interest based on a business loan. Those are tax deductible in the slice in case you're asking. So we talk about those drug tests, duty physical, and sleep required for work, those sleep tests. So those are business expense. Leasing costs are business expenses. So people don't forget the list is long. I cannot go over everything, but one thing I would say, you make sure you file your tax with somebody. Do your due diligence, because one, most of the time people think that tax preparer, they know it all. They know the basic tax law, but a lot of them are not specialized in a specific industry, because people come from all walk of life. So they prepare their tax. Okay. So make sure you file with somebody who know your industry, the transportation business. Why? Because when they know it, they can remind you those expense, business expense that you might forget. We all human. Okay. So they're ready, and then they know, based on like, if you are in an industry, let's say in the trucking industry, if somebody come and they own their own semi truck and they tell me they did 120,000 a year, and I ask them their business expense, they give me 10,000 or 20,000. I'll know right there the sign that, oh, this guy don't know, he did not keep up through the year. So what I would do an exercise to help him retrace every single expense that he ran into and retrieve the receipt and the proof. Okay. So but somebody who's not, who's used to just do a tax for self-employed that run a loan care, or do uh what I would say, babysitting at home or something like that, or baking. So on those type of business, you can see somebody making 50,000, but the expense is just 500, $5,000, $500 out of that 50,000. So they will not know. So you gotta file with somebody who know what they doing. Non-deductible expense, we're gonna talk about those, of course. So those are clothing that are appropriate for everyday wear. So that your nice dress that you bought to go dinner or to eat with your honey, that's not a business expense of you. Or you are a truck driver, you bought something in your regular clothes, no, you cannot claim that. And when you commute to go to work, let's say your business, you live in city A and your business is located in city B, and the commute is about like 20 miles. My husband used to do that. So, but you cannot claim that commute, the cost for that commute. No, that's not a business place. Okay. Home phone line, if your business, example, your business, you got a business location office and you got your house, you cannot claim your home phone line as a business space. Okay. So reimburse expense, like you are you work for a company, and let's say lumber fee, sometimes we pay the lumber fee at a drop of a pickup, but then we get reimbursed. That's not a business expense because you got to reimburse. Okay. Travel expense and meal on a personal trip. Personal trip. Yes, you went on a trip. It was for personal reason, no business related at all. You cannot claim that. But we know that there is a loophole. Let's say if you have hired one of your kids to be a model for your business or do some work. Let's say you take that kid to get a dinner, then you can claim some part of that dinner as a business expense. There is a loophole to use, but don't play with that. No, if your tax preparer want to claim that, make sure you did everything in the art, everything to be able to claim that, because there is some structure that you got to put in place before you can claim those things at the end of the year. So travel and a meal on a personal trip are not business deductible, not tax deductible. Okay. So maintaining good record, you have to read that's extremely important. You gotta keep copy of your receipt on all the paperwork. So there is app. Thank God, there is a lot of app out there. Some are free, though some you have to pay for it to keep your receipt, to keep track of your mileage. And one big thing that we didn't talk about is the truck or your vehicle depreciation. So that's so large that I'm gonna do a special video for that food to help you understand that. Okay, so gotta keep record of the expense that you're gonna claim. So a record keeping can be a receipt that you keep take a picture. There is an app you can take a picture and save it, or take a picture and save it in your Google Drive, stuff like that. Always keep a record. So I tell people keep the physical receipt, but always take a picture that you keep on your Google Drive or email to yourself. I have a system in place. If you have an app, use it. But I'm always in favor of always try to reduce your business expenses. So get a free app, or like use your Google Drive. Okay, Google, the Google Drive. So keep record. I'm gonna repeat that. And your bank statement is a good record too. Can be a little bit. It's not too detailed, but at least you know that you spend like less for maintenance or or tire repair or fuel card and stuff. So one thing I will stretch out to is stop paying cash for business expense. Have a card for every, like I said, the four business card that you need, or business account, card for the fuel, card for the maintenance, a card for to pay your bills, so you can know. So those are a good way to keep your record. So if you want to get a free tax estimate and pay less tax on your business, your transportation business, book a call, book appointment with me. I start down with you 30 minutes. We go over your business. It can be more than 30 minutes. We go over and I can guide you specifically on your industry, on your business type, where you are, if it's taxi or non-emergency or trucking. So based on your specific industry, I will guide you what are the steps you need to do to minimize the tax that you're going to pay to Uncle Sam and avoid paying tax on business expense, especially. So make appointment, or you can call or text me to make appointment with me. If you're on vacation, I'm always open to people, talking to people. Call me, give me a call, I'll help you. Like I say, I know the tax law and I know the transportation industry. So if you need any advice on any of those subjects, feel free to give me a call. So you can get also subscribe to my channel as Coach Mimi Diallo. Click on the link on the thing, or follow me on TikTok, Coach Mimi Diallo. Facebook group, I have a Facebook group, two Facebook group that you can join. One just for the transportation business blueprint is called, and the other one is business idea. That's where I have so many business people in different type of business. I share business idea there, how to promote your business, how to get government contract. Okay, so those are the two groups that you can join. Let's join them and have fun. So make sure you take those notes that you took, you apply them and save on your tax. Save on your tax. That's the key. Legally. Okay. Until next time. Let's keep the hustle on.